Let's see.
Here we go. One more time. Everybody's feeling fine. Look at everyone is feeling so fine.
They are. Maybe a bunch of your family members are going to come back.
I hope so. At least 2 every time.
Every time.
Hi.
It's always Danielle and
it's at least 2 of my cousins. Like, oh,
I don't know who that is.
Oh, I don't know either, but they have a cool podcast too.
Oh, all right.
What's up, friend?
Yeah.
New podcast friend. Hi, guys and gals and
whatever.
Whoever you are.
Whatever.
Welcome.
Non-binary stuff. Oh, look. See, there's your...
Oh, there's my sister-in-law. There she is.
Without fail. Yeah.
My family's always on the team.
Yeah. They're always good supporters.
I don't know.
My family doesn't give a shit.
I don't know what this means.
Oh, is that what you're doing? Like you're... It doesn't matter.
No,
it's fine. Okay.
It's not.
It's fine. Anyway.
Hi guys. I'm 3 hours late to the podcast.
So she's right on time, so it's fine. It's fine.
Like Shay, I'll be there right at 5.
Be there right at 5.
It's 8 p.m. Colorado time.
You don't need to edit it at all. Just post that sucker right up.
I did. I did say that.
And I was like, we're not doing that.
So hopefully today's gonna be...
It's gonna be snappy and
a real snappy
right on point.
How are you?
I am...
What's going on?
So good. I mean, I'm fine.
You're about to be fucking all over the fucking place.
I am. I'm going to travel down to Tay House.
Wait, is this our last time recording in this room?
Maybe. Yeah. Well, no, next week. I'll be here. If I'm not crying in your lap. Just like, I can't record today.
I have so much to do.
Yeah. So I'm going to go on like a little cross-country adventure with my sister and go get her little lady.
And bring her back.
Bring her back with her animals. It's going to be great.
It is going to be
So it's going to be like a little Noah's Ark in our little apartment with our a bunch of our animals. Yeah.
It's going to be the Noah's Ark.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Shay's Ark.
Shay
Ray Tay's Ark.
Yeah. Shay Ray Tay.
Yeah.
I was like, who's that?
Me.
That's literally your whole name.
It's my whole name. Isn't that cool?
Look her up.
Yeah.
Shay Ray Tay.
Yeah.
Shay. That's amazing. I'm Brie Fee.
Oh. It sounds very French. It sounds very French.
It's not really a fee.
It can be a fee if you want. You can do whatever you want to do.
I can.
Anyway.
Well, hope you guys are doing good.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to our podcast today.
Yeah.
What are we, let's talk about what we're doing.
Well, you made this amazing concoction.
And by amazing concoction, I mixed a delicious beverage with vodka.
Hey.
And then I added cherries to it because it's already this delicious cherry beverage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're using Olipop again. Olipop. Because, balance. Life is about balance. And this has, let's remind you, prebiotics, botanicals, plant fibers, supports digestive health.
Yeah.
But then we just add vodka to it.
Right, just counterbalances that toxin we're putting in.
It's like, this could be good for you, but you probably just killed everything good in it.
Well, vodka is it's very cleansing. It's fine.
Yes. They used to use it as medicine.
Did they?
I mean, maybe that was moonshine or whiskey. Yeah.
But it's not.
So we're cleaning our inner child wounds with our beverage today.
Our inner child. Just our inner child. No other. We're just
inner
getting our inner child really drunk, and it'll be great. That's that's really who eats the 20 chicken McNuggets after a night of a binger. Not that I'm an alcoholic, but it's fine.
Because you're an adult and you can choose to do that.
I can do whatever I want.
And then you drink a delicious Olipop and your digestive system...
Hashtag 30-ish. It's fine.
Digestive system thanks you.
It does.
But I also, because, we love Topo Chico.
Yes, we do.
Hashtag sponsors. They haven't yet, but
one day.
They will.
God damn it, Coca-Cola. Come on.
We're going to have a giveaway someday.
What? Okay.
Because they're going to sponsor us.
Here, put that.
Oh my God! Did anyone hear that on the live? I know the podcast picked that up.
My bad.
That was Buddha.
Just having a
there
little
she
cat
is.
fight.
Right there. There's her tail.
Yeah, it's
tickle,
fine.
Tickle. Anyways, I put Topo Chico in it just to balance out the cherry because it was a little cherry-y
for me.
For Shay.
I have a little bit of a sweet tooth.
But
it's delicious.
But it's awesome. Yeah, and look at that color.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that color.
Don't spill it.
I won't. Right on your fucking phone.
Yeah, right there.
I just splash zone. You guys do know you're at SeaWorld today.
Never again.
None of you would
No.
feel that. And never go to SeaWorld.
Yeah.
Ever.
Never. Well, I mean, now it's kind of cool. Like, they're not, parading whales around. Like,
Did they take the whales out of the pools?
well, the ones that are they're not gonna breed them anymore. But it's
so
like
they're just going to let everything die off?
I think. I don't know. I don't know why they wouldn't just take it to a pin.
Why don't you just free Willy, motherfuckers?
Because I don't know if they know how to fend for themselves.
They don't. They're like...
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Actually,
I'm not a
you
scientist.
know what? They should just make a big ocean pool habitat so that they can slowly ease back in.
Well, on Blackfish, they talked about that, where they're like, they should just do like a little pen out in the ocean, and then they can
do
feel
that
like
for
the rhythm of
farm
the ocean.
raised salmon in Scotland. They raise them in the ocean.
Salmon.
Is something going on?
Maybe. I don't know. Is it still going? I don't even know.
I literally don't know.
Oh, yeah, it's still going. I just can't see it. I think it must have just whatever. Just keep talking. It's fine. Anyway.
I don't know if we're still recording. We are on the
probably
podcast,
are.
so.
Yeah.
Anyways, SeaWorld.
Oh, there it goes.
Sorry, our screen went blank, so we have no idea if anyone was still here.
Hi, Mackenzie.
Oh my God, Mackenzie is here.
Man, it's a party up here in
It
30th
really
today.
is. Thanks, guys, for joining us on the live. We
you guys
love
are the
it.
best.
We were just talking about SeaWorld and how fucked up it is, which you already know.
Party.
So, anyway, I put cherries in my drink.
It's perfect. I'm going to just tap this every once in a while now.
Just give it a tap.
Yep.
And
tap,
that's what we're drinking.
Yeah, so what are we talking about before, since I'll get my armor workout? So,
well, I'm talking history today, which I was scared that I had already done this topic, but I didn't.
Well, you know what they say. History does repeat itself.
Oh, fuck! It does. So if it did, it might, but it didn't.
It didn't. Today. It's fine. You're going to have a whole other list of facts for us. So it's going to be great.
I will.
It's going to be great.
What'd you do? What'd you roll?
I rolled some nostalgia pop culture, and I don't know why I have to insert some in front of it. Like, it's not like a bag of nostalgia. It's just nostalgia. I don't know. I'm just saying like some, like a little bit, but anyway. But it also, it's a good one. There wasn't as much information about it as I wanted it to be, but it's still going to be solid. I think you'll get a good Brie scream when I say it.
Okay, good. Especially because we're not editing this episode tonight.
No, we're not.
It'll be perfect.
It'll be great.
You're lucky. Unedited and uncut and raw. The girls have gone wild.
Yeah. You don't have to pay $19.99 for this.
No, you don't.
You don't pay nothing for this.
If you want to Venmo us that's fine.
I mean,
but you don't have to.
You don't have to, but like, we wouldn't say no.
If you want to pay us $19.99
underscore SHA. I'm just joking.
But instead, you can just follow us on Instagram. Follow us on this podcast.
Yes, that's way.
Tell your friends.
Way worth.
Rate and review.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I was doing something weird with my hand, so then I did something weirder.
Fondling the audience's balls or boobs, whatever you're into. Oh, okay. There it is.
I am very awkward.
Clearly.
Speaking of awkward, do you guys like my shirt? It is a monk, a priest, a rabbi, and I don't know exactly what.
Well, I think he's Muslim.
A sheik?
I don't.
Maybe. I don't know what a sheik is.
You might be right.
So
I don't know
if that's what
but I'm
he
just
is.
gonna keep staring really hardly at your breasts.
There you go.
That's really cool.
And they're all holding hands together and jumping for joy, which is a very beautiful metaphor for what we should all do. Join together.
And just jump hands.
The harmony of life. That's what we're going to do today and every day on 30ish.
Every day. My God.
The fuck are we talking
about?
I don't
even know. We're not even that drunk yet.
I know. We're not. We
Buckle
did have a
up.
baby shot. Oh, we did
have a
try
baby
this
shot.
with whiskey too. We did have a baby shot of whiskey
That
with
was nice.
this as a chaser, and it was delicious too.
It was good.
So don't just limit yourself to vodka with the Ollipops.
Yeah, just do shots in your kitchen by yourself. It's fine.
Or we went together. It was fine.
I just meant for people that just, so they don't feel like,
Oh, okay. You can do that too.
Yeah, no shame.
No. Or just drink it by itself
That's
for the
true,
probiotic digestive
Just be a healthy person.
benefits.
Yeah.
Why can't I say digestive?
Well, I mean, I can't say a lot of things, so I can't really say anything.
I can say digestive.
Like, digestive.
Anyways, one last thing.
Okay.
Because I just saw this on your desk.
Oh,
If
yes.
you guys haven't yet, check out our favorite partners, Farmhouse Hemp.
They're amazing.
They have the best CBD products around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're good. Just
and
put in the little code when you buy stuff.
Yeah, that's the point. Put in the code 30ish, all lowercase, THURDYISH. Okay.
get after
Anyways,
it.
okay.
I like it.
We gotta go.
Yeah, I guess we do.
We gotta get rolling on this.
Yeah,
so
but
that
it was
Shay's not up till
like
midnight.
being like in a living room with people today.
It was.
It wasn't
Thanks
just
everyone
talking to
for
ourselves.
joining.
You guys rock.
Free Willy, motherfuckers. # Yes. Mackenzie. That's right.
That's right.
All right. Well, we love you guys. And we're ready to fucking talk about some history.
And some nostalgia.
Are you?
Oh.
You better be.
Oh.
Bye-bye.
Well,
Do you like how I'm like making out with the microphone?
Yeah, it's great. It's just yours.
Sorry, I'll sanitize it.
It's fine.
Bye. Love you guys. Will.
Here we go. You almost
Welcome.
You almost had it, except you turned into like the.
Did
Did you ever have jock jams?
I mean, I definitely listened to them. I didn't personally on the CD or cassette tape, but my friends did.
Oh, see, now
So we
I
listened.
had, I think, like volume 1 and volume 2, and I think I looked it up on Spotify or something. It doesn't have the same, like, you know, like when you watch something or you experience something, and I'm sure you have, and I'm sure everyone has, like when you go back someplace and it's just like, it's going to be amazing, and you're just like, well, this sucks. Like, I don't understand, like, why.
Yeah.
That's what jock jams were for me.
You're
I
like,
was just
this
like,
is
why did
fucking
I listen to some of this? Like, this is not good. This is,
Yeah, except for Come On Ride a Train.
I mean,
Ride it. That's definitely on the 30ish playlist, okay?
I would be disappointed if it
That
wasn't.
and 40 hours plus hours of other songs. So if you haven't listened to the 30ish playlist, what are you
What are
doing?
you even
It's
doing in your life?
summertime. Don't you want to listen to the late 80s and 90s?
You do. I mean, it is already the late 80s and 90s out there in general, in the mass
literally is.
public.
We're
just-
dressing like it.
Yeah.
We're
I'm kind of waiting for the slang
Not
to come
acting
back,
like
like
it.
Rad and all that kind of stuff.
as if.
Cowabunga, man.
Cowabunga, bro. Okay, let's
Let's get on
do
this.
All right,
All right.
guys. Brie rolled history.
Yes.
I'm Brie. Hi, I'm Brie.
Perfect.
All right, perfect intro. Here we go. So I rolled history, and I decided to talk about my own haunted house. Just kidding. It's not haunted, but it could be.
It might be a little
But
haunted.
the man that used to live in the house that my parents have in Windsor, that's the 2 old farmhouses that were put together that were
Yes.
that are over 100 years old, both of them. But today we're going to talk about mainly the one half of the house and who used to dwell there. And his name was George Everett Osterhout.
That's a mouthful.
Sexy name, right?
That's a mouthful.
George Everett.
Oh, I don't know why you gotta get all raspy like that.
George. That's my grandpa's name, so that's good.
Perfect. God.
So
Okay, easy, Shay.
So yeah, we're basically going to be talking about George Osterhout, a little bit about the house, so that you guys want to come hang out at it and have 30ish parties and
100%.
dinner parties and
I
whatever
think
else.
he will
eventually.
also be there. We were gonna
In
corral
spirit.
him. No, we're gonna get a little Ghostbusters thing. We're gonna call some. We know who we're gonna call.
I bet he comes down.
I think he's gonna come down and party.
I think he's stoked that we're like trying to revamp.
Yeah.
This house that he built was like his pride and joy, and I'll tell
Right.
you all about it.
Right.
Which is fucking sweet. It was a fucking crazy jungle property when my parents got it when we first moved out here. And I think my dad's like the 3rd owner, technically, after Mr. Osterhout,
Pretty fucking cool.
which is sweet. Also, there's like nothing, there's like there's not a lot of historical things in Windsor. There's some.
Yeah.
But they just tear it all down and build fucking Burger King. Just kidding.
That's cute.
But kind of.
But that's kind of the truth.
So it's a very special place, and we're trying to keep it special. So I'm just also going to share the story, and it's also fucking Colorado Windsor local history, which is dope.
It is dope. Anything local is dope.
And we
especially
recently
history.
found out all this information last year when I was doing a lot of research on historical designation and like trying to make this property like an event space and all this shit that we've been trying to figure out. So here we go. Are you ready? George Osterhout.
I'm strapped in my little tram
and
chair.
Bree's haunted house.
Here we go.
Oh, the cat's ready too.
Oh, she's ready.
So Mr. George Osterhout was born in Pennsylvania in 1858. So that was a
Oh,
long
I thought you
ass
said
time ago.
1958. Like that's
No,
not
no, no,
that
no,
far
no.
ago, Brie.
No.
My grandma's older than that.
1858, motherfuckers, in Tuckanuck, Pennsylvania.
Okay. Tuckanuck.
Tuckacock. No.
Ooh, Tuckacock.
Tuckanuck. Tunkanuck. You guys, Austin, how do I pronounce this? Austin's our local fact checker / my brother. So
hey, but I fact checked him in that freaking thread we had because I said it was aqua globes. So boom.
Shit, he did tell us that Zooey Deschanel is 41 years old. So if no one knew that or Googled it when you were listening to our episode last week,
that's how she.
Zooey Deschanel is 41, and she looks Benjamin Button or something because
she is.
I feel like she's like older. I don't feel like she's older than that, but like I feel like I don't know. She's a fucking witch.
No, it's just her and Paul Rudd just know wherever that fountain of youth is, and they're just not giving up the secret. And that's fine.
You're right.
That's fine.
It's fine.
That's fine. One day.
It's not in St. Augustine, Florida, I guess. So, Mr. George Osterhout, later, he like grew up and shit and went to high school. And then he went to Lafayette College in Pennsylvania, where he, after graduation, undertook the studies in law and was admitted to the Pennsylvania bar. But he always had a very deep desire in his heart for the Colorado Rockies. And he was inspired by one of his professors to like venture out to Colorado. And also he was looking for better health, which was also another main reason why he wanted to move to Colorado, which is funny. It kind of reminded me of the Stanley story.
I was just going to say, yeah.
Who moved here because of health. Those fucking Colorado Rocky Mountains apparently were like fucking the healthiest place to be. I don't know what else I was going to say.
It's fine.
So, and he had always been fascinated with, like, even though he was a lawyer, he was always fascinated with the plants and the flora and fauna of the Rocky Mountains, which is
how can you not
kind of
be?
random. I mean, duh.
Yeah, it's Colorado. It's the best.
Probably
the best place
learned some real good shit in Pennsylvania and was like, I gotta get out.
I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna bottle it up.
I need to do this for my health.
Yep.
So he moved to Windsor, or shall I say New Windsor as it was called back then.
Oh, classy.
In 1885.
85 was a good year, and then 100 years later I came around.
Yes, you did.
Boom.
Wow.
Just took a centennial to get me caught up.
There you are.
There
Maybe you were him.
Maybe I'm just a... Yep, that's exactly what
George?
happened. George.
Okay, you're not.
My grandpa's name is George. It's also the most common name ever. Go on.
That's so weird. Wait, your grandpa's name's George too?
Yeah, the one that calls me Shannon? Yeah. Grandpa George.
That's funny because he was called Uncle George, which you were just about to say.
It's ESPN.
Is he here?
Don't put that evil on me.
He's not evil.
I don't care. I don't want to go.
Okay. George.
Go on. Go on back down to your farmhouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Uncle George, as they called him in Windsor.
Okay.
As a, 1936 newspaper article stated.
They're chummy with him.
He was known in Windsor as being a successful businessman, a kindly neighbor, a scientist, an amateur botanist, and a philanthropic Christian.
Oh, the best kind.
And funny enough, he was actually one of the dudes who lobbied for a dry Windsor during the Prohibition.
I already don't like him now.
The devil juice!
The devil.
So cheers to you, George.
Yes, cheers to you.
I'm sure you realize now that it was all
like
water under the bridge.
Not a whole lot of fun, but it's fine.
Oh, he was a fun guy.
Do you think? He probably was. You don't need alcohol to have fun.
No, you don't.
You don't need alcohol to have fun.
He needed his plants. He probably smoked weed.
He might have.
He might have.
Especially if he was
not
his little feeling
tobacco.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah. His little pipe. His little pipey.
His little pipey pipe.
So yeah. Actually, I have a little... Do I have this article? I'll read it if you want. No,
that looks like something from...
What? This is literally... I literally printed out old-ass newspaper articles to read.
There was like an old...
Get with it.
There was like an old website that was like... It was like Scary Stories or whatever, and it was like had that same kind of font. Anyway, go on.
Perfect. He probably wrote this in
He totally did.
He ghostwrited this.
I told Rachel, actually, really quick side note. I told Rachel when we were driving by Cheeseman Park, and I was like, you know what's over there? Bodies. She's like, what?
Rising up.
And she's like, no, I don't like this. I don't want to know this.
Jaw!
I don't want to know this. I don't want to know this.
That's
all right,
so
go on.
Funny. So, he had a booming business once he moved to Windsor. He started a lumber business with his brother, actually.
Nice.
I don't know if this was right when he moved to Windsor that he started with his brother, but he did eventually own it with his brother, and it was a lumber house. It was Osterhout Lumber, and it was like the lumber yard of the area.
Where your property sits.
It wasn't on where the property is. So actually the house that he built was on another property where actually a dollar store is now.
Perfect. Client. Oh, I know exactly where that is.
Yeah, in Windsor.
Right in the middle of the heart of Windsor.
It was the heart of Windsor, it was like,
I guess it still is.
he was the talk of the town.
Oh, I bet he was. I bet you he was a little bachelor.
Oh, just wait.
Oh, okay.
I think I've told you guys about that a little bit.
Yeah.
But, so his booming business of lumber with his brother allowed him the financial means to go out and find his passion of plants. So he was a very avid hobbyist in going out hiking, finding, collecting plants. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. We'll talk a little bit about the house.
Perfect.
So there are a few historical homes left in Windsor. When they don't tear them down to make chain fast food restaurants.
We won't talk about that right now. We're a little sore about it.
But they would stamp all their lumber back then, Osterhout Lumber, and there's some houses in Windsor. The Historical Society came out to our property and told me a bunch of shit too. So one of the ladies actually lives in an old historic home in Windsor, and there's an Osterhout, when they were redoing their house, there's an Osterhout Lumber stamp in some of the...
That's tight.
In their house. And some of the other houses were also built with that same lumber. It was the only one around.
That's really cool.
Which is fucking sweet.
That's super cool.
The house, half of the house that, also I'm sure, it's original. It's original wood, mostly everything.
That's super cool.
And so at the time that the house that he built for himself when he moved to Windsor was one of the fanciest in Windsor.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
There was newspaper articles about it, before it was, while it was being built,
So how people see
let me read this one to you.
There's a new King Supers coming in.
Mr. Osterhout's new residence is now receiving the finishing touches and will soon be ready for the occupant. We hope to write occupant in the plural in the near future. He expects to go to Denver on Wednesday and then peradventure we shall see what we shall see. So they literally wrote about this in June 29th. Oh my God, what is today? That's
not
this
the 29th,
weekend.
but it's close. Yeah.
June 29th, 1893 is when this article was written.
Today is July. Or we're in July.
Oh, we're in July.
But that would have been
That's
crazy.
Close.
It's close though.
So I thought that was kind of funny.
That is interesting in the sense that's. But
he was the talk of the town.
But I guess that's they're just their social. People have socialite whatever columns. So I guess he's a socialite. So
and I think most that town was mainly it still is, but it was big agriculture town. So it was he was a new lumber yard and a new fancy man from Pennsylvania.
Right.
He wasn't a farmer. He was a businessman.
Right. Money's moving into town. I see. Yeah. I see what they're saying.
So he was the talk of the town. So he also, the house was built, I guess, very differently than most houses back then. And he built it himself so he could do whatever he fucking wanted.
Yeah.
But he put closets in every room, which was very strange. And had intricate heat registers in every room as well, which was, I guess, uncommon.
But where do people put their clothes? But
I
guess
there was
they just
literally
had one dress
in every room in the house.
That's crazy. So they could put their three matching dresses
you had
all
one
in there. Be great.
Yeah, I guess.
Jeez.
So he was, and he was building it with his future wife in mind, which is why they're we can't wait to talk about the occupant plural.
Or husband, was he of the...
Well, no, he did marry a woman.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't necessarily make him not gay.
No, but he was at the time Windsor's most eligible bachelor.
Oh, I'm sure he was.
He was literally, again, the talk of the town. And so in 1894, he did find his wife and married her. Her name was Etta Thomas. Don't know really much about her, but her name was Etta Thomas.
She sounds sweet.
She was a lucky bitch, apparently.
Oh, I'm sure she was.
She snatched up Georgie Okay.
She got him.
So, let's talk about his... Oh, I just wanted to have a little quick side note. So, I keep talking about half of the house is this Osterhout house. So, the other part of the house... So, it's 2 old farmhouses that were put together. Mm-hmm. The other side of the house was said to be built by Benjamin Eaton in 1903. And he made it from the old sugar mill bricks that were
cool.
from the sugar mill in Windsor. And he built it for the farmers that lived. So our property is like, it's right along an irrigation ditch, which Benjamin Eaton was like known for. He was like one of the largest landowners in Weld and Larimer counties. He owned over 160 acre parcels at the time. I mean, back in the fucking 1800s, that was like...
I don't know what that means. What's a parcel?
A parcel is just like a property.
Okay,
like
it's
your
not
property.
like a package.
No.
Okay.
Give me your parcel, sir.
Give me all of your parcels. I'm 87 parcels.
His parcel was 160 acres long.
Oh, damn. That's a big parcel.
Give me that parcel.
Give me that parcel.
So a parcel is like a piece of land. So he owned 160 acre pieces of land.
So he owned a big chunk of change. Okay.
And then they were all watered from canals and reservoirs that he made himself. So the irrigation ditch on our property was built by a Benjamin Eaton.
Damn.
And like they were called ditch riders, and they would like ride up and down the canals and
Ditch
like water
riders.
their shit.
Okay.
They would water and like check on their little farmlands, but that was like how they like got to their farmlands and shit, and also how they
They're
watered.
like, you can go over there,
their
but
land.
I only want to see the tops of your heads. I don't want to see your faces.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the ditch.
So that's Benjamin Eaton, and that's the other side of our house. And then the people that used to live in the house before my parents got it decided they wanted to buy the Osterhout house that was maybe going to be torn down, or they just had their eyes set on it and they like really wanted it. So they literally moved it from the original spot to that property, meshed the 2 houses together because they actually weirdly looked very similar. Like the house looks like one house.
So the farmhouse, that is 2 separate houses.
Yes.
That makes a lot more sense.
It is kind of weird, but it's also flows all right.
No, it flows all right, but it makes... And I just thought, like, the way that it flowed, I'm like, oh, this must be old-timey. That's how that was. But that makes way more sense that they're mashed together.
Yep.
Okay. I'm
So
learning
just a little
things
fun
today.
fact.
Okay.
You guys will all find out when you come out there for a fucking gathering.
Oh, there'll be gatherings.
For sure.
Forever.
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 There will be forever. It's
Forever.
going to be a legacy.
Yep.
So back to Uncle Georgie's house, okay? So,
Uncle Georgie's house.
oh yeah, we're not talking about the house anymore. I'm sorry. We already talked about all the house.
Okay.
We're going to talk about his plants, okay? Because this is like fucking dope. So he, obviously, I told you he wanted to move out here and fucking go explore the flora and fauna of the Rocky Mountains. But he actually gained national recognition as a botanist and scientist because of all of the plants he would collect. He also dabbled in zoology and not only collected plant specimens. I mean, he mostly collected plant specimens, like, I'll tell you how many. But he also collected fossils on his little excursions. And people would come to him, like, if they would find shit. Like, there's a newspaper article about how this dude found something weird in the St. Vrain River, and they brought it to George Osterhout, and he identified it as a fucking mammoth tooth.
What?
Yeah. So he just liked to study.
He just always liked to use his brain.
He did. So yeah, he was a very recognizable man.
Awesome.
So the entire upstairs of the house was converted into his herbarium. And there,
I like the sound of that.
He himself collected over 8,300 different plant specimens of his own that he went out and collected from the Rocky Mountains. He went to Yellowstone sometimes, but he mainly stayed in like Estes Park.
Right.
Which
makes sense.
There's articles about him like going to Yore and like Glenwood Springs area, so that kind of area of the Rocky Mountains too.
Right.
But his collection eventually consisted of 20,000 specimens, and they were all housed in the upstairs of this fucking house that we have.
Right. That is
which
insane.
is fucking
That's
cool.
crazy and amazing.
Yeah, and so also I wanted to share with you how what do they do when they fucking save plants? So, the specimens, so this is from an 1897 article, August 12th.
Oh.
The specimens are each dipped in a poisonous preparation consisting of alcohol and corrosive sublimate, which prevents moths from getting in their deadly work. Each variety is carefully pressed and shelved. Anyways, we don't need to talk about that.
Okay.
But yeah, so they dip. So like you literally take the whole plant like with the roots and shit. You dip it in this like solution, and then you like you press flowers. You press them, and then you like it's like this. It's like a picture basically, and then you like he writes his notes on it or whatever it was, whatever species it was, or he also
But how did it?
He also discovered a number of new plants within the Rocky Mountain region.
Of course he did.
And he named and described over 237 new plant species himself.
Damn.
How fucking random and cool is that?
Dude, I can't think of anything to talk to anybody about. And, like, this guy's like, yeah, no, I just discovered stuff and, like, it's whatever. I just put it and I planted it and whatever. Like, he's got... People back then had so much to talk about.
I know. And they just had so much time to do it.
How did it even count? Because he couldn't post it on Instagram, so...
I know. What was he supposed to do?
I don't even know. Take a picture and wait for it for like 3 years to develop and...
Seriously.
Put it on his wall?
Seriously. No, he just... put it in the fucking poison solution, Shay, and he
That's
pressed it.
Yeah, because even that was faster than taking a photo probably back then. Yeah.
It probably was.
It probably was.
There were also 30 species of plants that were named for George Osterhout by other botanists. Bostonists?
Bostonists.
Botanists.
I like that. You're making all sorts of words up today. I'm digging it.
I like to make up words.
Yeah, you
Hashtag 30-ish. And the most of these species that were named after him are still named after him to this day. Some were renamed, but most of them are still like their fucking genus name is Osterhout. Or scientific
cool.
name, I'm sorry.
That's a pretty awesome legacy if I do say so myself. Yeah.
Why is my computer listening to me? I didn't ask you to do that.
Because they're just the Skynet is launched.
So some of the one of the plants that he founded was the rare cinquefoil flower, which is related to a rose. It's this like really pretty yellow flower. And then he also has found a bunch of different thistles that he founded himself, which there's a lot of thistles in Colorado, let me tell ya.
Oh, yeah.
He even has his own goddamn shallot named after him.
A shallot?
Yeah, a shallot. It's called Allium rubrum Osterhout.
You just sound like you're trying to sing the song from the Land of Oz. Fuck. When he's cleaning, like, the Tin Man.
Brush, brush here, brush there, a couple of flotty-das. That's how you brush the day away in the rundrum random vase. That one?
The one, yes. You nailed it. You nailed it.
Rum-drum here, rum-drum there.
Yes, thank you. That's what I was trying to say.
You just have to...
I just have to let you kind of like sing through it and you're like, you'll get there. It's fine. Get it. You'll get there.
So besides hanging out in Windsor, he would collect specimens in Estes Park, North Jackson County, Carbon County,
Was
Wyoming.
this pre or post wife?
This was before and during.
So she was just packed him his little.
She was like, I don't care. I'm George Osterhout. I don't care. She was like a
she
trophy
just
wife.
Sat in the little carriage.
That's not what she was. Yeah.
How do you know? Did you see a picture of her?
No, I didn't.
No, so she might have been.
He was the trophy husband, so she was like, you can do whatever you want. I don't care.
I'm gonna just lay here in my house.
Lay in my fancy house.
Yeah.
So they would even like write in the newspaper like when he would be coming back from a fucking excursion bringing plants. Like he was front page news.
It is so amazing to me because like you really didn't. You had only your local news. You didn't get news from like. You know what I mean? Like
what a beautiful time it probably was.
Right? Like everyone was not bombarded with information.
No,
they're like this man
guy took a shit
lives,
today.
Yeah, it was a beautiful shit. And
front page news if one of them takes a shit. That's from Drop Dead Gorgeous.
One day we're gonna talk about it, devote a whole episode.
We
to
are
that.
gonna do.
It'll be great.
We're just gonna read.
Well, in fact, we're just gonna do a table read. And we're
Oh my god!
that'll just be the whole episode.
Can we literally please do that? No one would listen. I would.
I think that maybe only like Caddy would listen.
My sister might.
And your sister would listen, and we'll bring Rachel in to do one of the voices because she can whatever. It'll be great.
We need at least 10 people.
We need at least 10 people. My friend Michaela would listen to that because she's seen it and she loves it. So
perfect.
So we got 5 listeners, so it's fine.
So basically, George Osterhout was front page news when one of them took a shit.
Well, good for
Just
him.
kidding. They didn't talk about that ever in any of the articles.
But everything else
saw. So one of his sites, this was kind of silly. He was such a goody two shoes. George, that's a good thing. Okay,
Stay outside my house,
please. So one of his sites was called Damfino Creek, and it was short for Damned If I Know, and it was on the state line. Mm-hmm. And he didn't. It was supposed to be. I mean, it was known as Damned If I Know, but he couldn't use that. He couldn't use those words, so he renamed it Damfino Creek.
Because he couldn't. So he kind of was funny.
He was
a
kind of
funny
silly
dude.
And he was just
guy.
like, I can't curse for Jesus.
Can't say damn.
No. So I thought that was kind of silly.
That is silly. He's kind of had a sense of humor. Okay, I dig that.
And then, so the Osterhout herbarium that he housed all his specimens in. So this is really all the information I have about Mr. George. And he ended up dying. Well, he died in
I don't know why I said all.
1937. Like, he died at age 79.
He lived like that. It's like 100 years and like old people years.
Yeah, I don't know how he died. I couldn't find that, but he must have died from old age because 79 in the early 1900s. That's pretty good life. That's a good life now.
That's a great life now. Like anything after 80 now, you don't really want to be alive for.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I actually know.
I actually want to live to be like 110.
Well, that's because we got a franchise off this until
that's
at least
true.
We're in our hundreds.
Still got to keep it raining,
100%.
Make it rain,
right? We could just talk about how our dentures don't work anymore, and I just wear a diaper everywhere I go.
And I still hate everyone.
And I still hate everybody.
The goddamn robots won't leave me alone.
My robot cat doesn't
I keep
look
having
so
to
clean.
shoot him with my laser.
It'll be great. It'll be great.
Hopefully that's not what the world is. Hopefully all those people go to space and then they just leave the people on Earth that want to just like take care of it and make it a better place.
It'll be great.
AKA the rapture. Just kidding.
Perfect. Yes, exactly like that.
Right?
It'll be just like
this
that.
This is a religion class today.
The preacher warned me about this.
This is a fucking...
I didn't get in the splash.
Nostradamus prediction.
I didn't get in the splash zone in time. And now I'm doomed for damnation.
Oh my god. Okay, guys. So I know you're all wondering, where the fuck did all those plants go? He had 20,000 specimens.
That's exactly what they're wondering.
Don't worry, everyone. You can go see them yourselves. Okay?
Where?
Because he gave, I guess in his will, his herbarium was given to the Rocky Mountain Herbarium, which is now in the University of Wyoming in Laramie.
Oh, it wasn't even in Colorado.
No. The Rocky Mountain Herbarium is technically in Wyoming. But he did go travel to Wyoming sometimes, so it was fine. And I think he had like a colleague that was connected to the school or something.
That makes sense. Well, I mean, we're pretty close to Wyoming, so I mean, it's not
like 2 hours away to Laramie, right?
Yeah. If that, it's like an hour and a half.
So that's a fucking hashtag field trip we need to go on for sure.
Should. I've actually,
But yeah, once he died, he gave all his plants over there.
He didn't give them to his
now
wife.
Now there's still no.
Wow, she probably was real pissed.
She's like, "Get these out of here." She probably fucking poisoned him.
I like that she had like a smokers.
Get these fucking out of me.
Glad to see one more goddamn
now
plant.
she's gonna. Etta, you're a nice woman.
It's fine. She's
a great spirit. She's not.
I've got enough crystals in here. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, you're good.
We're good.
So yeah.
Jesus.
Oh my God, the cat.
God damn it! What is with you guys tonight? Is it a full moon out?
The goddamn
Jesus. Anyway.
But yeah, that's my story on George Osterhout.
That's a great story.
And the house that he built in Windsor, Colorado.
And the one that you kind of live in.
Kind of. I mean, half the week I'm there.
Yeah. Hanging out.
Working.
Hanging out with him.
Oh,
well, I guess he shares the crib with Nala.
He does. Yeah. I mean, literally.
She knows what's up.
I mean, she sleeps in probably where his herbarium was.
Because it probably smells so nice in there.
She gets the good plant vibes. It's like sleeping in a forest. A ghost forest.
A ghost forest.
But yeah, anyways, he's a nice ghost. He's a nice man.
I'm sure he is.
He actually, his picture, he looks like a very nice man. Except that he was all about prohibition and like, I did want to read that.
Well, he's not.
I wanted to read the little
fun.
thing about prohibition because and like people were like, he is a very nice man for doing this.
Why does everyone have a smoker's cough?
No. Okay, let me find it. Let's see here. Let's get that open. So, let's see. It says, okay, why are you doing this? Mr. Osterhout has for many years been a prosperous lumber merchant and is deeply interested in temperance reform, residing in a locality in which a strong temperance sentiment prevails. New Windsor, Greeley. So it was literally New Windsor, Greeley was like the name of Windsor.
Jesus.
Anyways, New Windsor, Greeley, and several. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not right. It was New Windsor. And then they're saying Greeley and several other towns.
Ignorant.
Several other towns in the vicinity were settled by colonies from the east and were chartered with the provision that no intoxicating liquor of any kind could ever be sold on any land lying within the limits of the towns. This provision is specified in every deed of property executed for the residents of these towns. The results of this form of government has been very satisfactory, the towns having greatly prospered. Mr. Osterhout's family have been liberal patrons of education, having on 2 occasions giving sums of money to this doesn't make any sense, but I forgot about this part. Giving sums of money to a Baptist academy at Factoryville, Pennsylvania, aggregating $2,000. Another relative of the family, Isaac Osterhout, endowed the Osterhout Free Library at Wilkins Bar. I thought there was more on the fucking other thing. But, he also gave scholarships to people who were trying to fucking, like, upstanding kids who wanted to go to college. That was another thing that he did for people. He's just a
good dude.
He was a good man.
He was a good man.
Sorry if you guys didn't care anything about that, but I thought it was cool.
Hey, people like history. People love history.
Especially local history if you're in this area, or just history from any town.
Just in general.
Around the world.
Good history.
Hey, Germany, do you guys like that? Yeah, local history?
You guys like some good history.
You guys have
just in general.
A few historic times.
Okay, we're going to move on.
Okay. Shit, we're not editing.
We're going to edit
It's okay. They know that.
It's all good. They're smarter than a lot of the average bears, so it's fine. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
I forgot that we didn't stop it.
Oh.
And we're right back.
Hey.
Did
you guys like our music?
Well, it was just a little chimey chime.
It was. I don't know. Maybe record our little advertisement.
I know we do.
A little ad.
We'll get on that.
Don't worry, we'll have an ad. I know you guys love advertisements.
You guys probably really missed out that we don't have that anymore. But it's fine. Okay. Here we go. Again, so this one is, I didn't find as much information about it because I couldn't talk about each. It's another list. Spoiler alert. And no, I did not cheat. But
yeah, right.
If I went into detail for each one, it would be way too long. So again, just talk it up. Whatever your little heart desires.
Okay. You know I like to interrupt.
Yes.
Interject.
Use it as a reframe that shit. Interject. All right. Here we go. So I'm talking about the top 5 90s daytime talk shows.
Ricky Lake.
Bingo.
Is that number one?
It wasn't. Well, it's one of them
It's
because
number something.
It's number something. Yeah. So like,
Are you gonna sing every intro?
I don't actually remember the Ricky Lake intro, but like, which one was your? Did you have a favorite?
I only remember "Get with the Program," Oprah,
That's fair.
or the Dr. Laura.
Dr.
one.
Laura, I never watched if she had an actual.
I got a new attitude. Except it was a song that she just used.
But wait, was that?
She wasn't a talk show. She was a radio
I was
show.
gonna say I've listened to that. Like that was actual a couple times I went to when I was still living in Texas and I would come up to Colorado with my friends. We would just listen to like XM radio and we just listen to Dr. Laura all the way.
Dude, does she still have a show?
Oh, 100%.
My mom used to listen to that in the fucking early 90s.
Oh, it's the best because it's just like, oh, I want to date. Well, it's too bad because if you do, then you're a whore and little Jimmy's gonna hate you. So you can decide. You just decided.
She was such a ruthless bitch.
She didn't even give a shit, and then they would just like go, okay, like these broken. They're already broken, wounded people. And I don't know what they expect. Like they're gonna get like sympathy from her. I don't know. It was just weird, but. We all loved it because it was the same.
I know, and it's like she's been doing this for like 40 years, and
Right.
she's never given anyone that.
Right. So I don't know why.
She's kind of nice sometimes.
Is she?
And then she plays
don't
people's
believe you.
songs, doesn't she?
Does she?
Doesn't Dr. Laura? No, that's.
I don't think so.
Delilah.
She don't got time for that.
Do you remember Delilah on
No,
like
what is
late night,
Delilah?
like soft rock radio stations? Delilah. I think it was a nationwide thing.
No,
Does anyone remember Delilah? Please tell me.
I don't know about that. I remember.
And she was like the very nice version of Dr. Laura.
Oh, okay.
People would tell her problems, and then she'd play a song for them.
Oh, that's very soothing and therapeutic. That is not what Dr. Laura did.
Maybe I should start doing that.
You should.
Oh my god, that is like my dream life.
You would be a good little DJ for people's lives.
I got a song for you. Truffle butter on your pussy.
Perfect. They're like, this helped so much.
This is exactly what I
Exactly
want.
what I needed. Yeah, the only thing I kind of remember that was kind of, well, it has nothing to do with anything, but it was the sex lady from like Oxygen, the late night.
She's awesome.
Like Dr. Ruth? No, that's just because she's old doesn't mean that her name is Ruth. It was Sue.
Yeah.
And she would just
Sue
be like,
Ruth?
right? Sue Ruth. She would like have like these big
Balls.
black dildos, and she'd be like, "You just insert this into the vagina," and then I was like, "Oh my god, that is aggressive. That one has a vein on it, ma'am. Do you know that?"
Yes.
Yes, I do.
I put it there
I
myself.
use this one specifically.
This is my favorite.
Okay. Anyway.
All right.
Yes. Okay.
Already 25 minutes in. Here we go.
It's great. Yeah. So, did you have a favorite talk show though?
It was definitely Oprah.
So it was Oprah. See, I never really watched Oprah, and she's not on this list because she was not trash.
That's very true.
So there's that.
I mean, my mom did not watch the other ones, like Sally,
would
Jesse,
she?
Raphael, or whatever. her name is.
Yeah. Why would she? Like
I don't know. She just watched Oprah. Good job, Mom.
Yeah. Well, that. What the? Oh,
Fuck was
that's-
that?
sorry. It was
George?
It was a computer.
George Osterhout?
wasn't.
It's his ringing bell that he found in the Rocky Mountains.
It's called just that. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
I'll stop fucking chatting.
You're fine. I asked you a question and you answered me.
Right.
So,
I'm fine.
first of all, what is the difference between a trash TV or a trash daytime talk show and a regular talk show? Well, obviously the regular talk show.
Do trash ones have security guards?
That's usually the case. And it's like, so when the show host appears to purposely design their shows to create controversy or confrontation, that's pretty much the major difference. When they're just yeah, what's up, pencil dick? Which I swear to God, sometimes I feel like Jerry Springer would do like he wouldn't call them pencil dicks or anything like that, but like he would sit there and bait them and bait them and bait them and bait them.
Yeah. Ugh,
so
that show freaked me out.
I
only watched it at my friend Lindsay's.
He's well, probably because you weren't allowed. It was probably like
wasn't.
a freaking.
They
It was
literally
probably
could watch
blocked.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the time like when you can, which I don't even know if that's how you can do it now. Where if certain programs come on, like you can block them. Did your parents have TV like that?
Oh yeah, My sister would always find the password though. That's how we only. That's the only way we watched MTV was because my sister literally figured out the password every time.
Was it like one of your birth dates?
It was like my parents' anniversary, but they always changed it, and Danielle literally always figured it out.
She was
also
bitch.
someone who always found her Christmas presents. Like she didn't like She didn't like to fuck around.
Yeah,
she was like, "You're not hiding shit from me, okay?"
I was like, "All right, damn.
Bye bye. You're not hiding shit from me." And I was like, "Okay, I'll just follow you."
And then
I'll watch MTV.
I'll play dumb.
Undressed.
Oh fuck!
Remember
that's
that
a
show?
good one. Jeez, I forgot about that one.
Sexual, literally.
It really was.
Okay, I keep
It's fine. Again, not super long, so it's all good. So you can interrupt. Okay, so yeah, and actually that is how Oprah started in the 80s. So Oprah started like in 1986 with her own talk show, and that's how she was kind of viewed. She was kind of viewed as like, oh, it's just fucking trash TV and blah 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 blah, and she's doing trashy topics and all this kind of crap. And so she, she reformatted her shit, and then she
got with the program.
She got with that program.
Oprah.
Yeah, and this particular kind of talk show, like the trashy kind, didn't really take off until like the late 80s. So she actually kind of gave birth to it, as
she was
so
like,
to speak.
"You guys can have this platform. I'm gonna start my own.
I'm gonna start my own thing, and I'll be a billionaire."
We're gonna do actually good things.
Yeah. So this brings us to our first guest. Can you guess? It's a male.
Jerry?
No. Late 80s. Think about late 80s.
Maury?
No. Geraldo.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's an oldie. Now, I never watched Geraldo, but I did watch an episode because I'd never seen it. Like, so I've seen the ones that I kind of talk about, but this one...
He was like the OG Jerry.
He was one of the OG Jerrys because... Which I'll tell you about one of the incidents he had. So I wanted to just watch a clip, but I ended up watching like pretty much a full episode because I kind of had. I'm like, well, now I'm fucking invested.
Now I really have to know who's the baby daddy.
Right. It was not that, but like I'll tell you what it was. But on YouTube, whatever this episode was, it also had all of the commercials in it from fucking 1980 whatever.
Wow, that is nostalgic as fuck.
And honestly, that was like the best part. Like, for instance, did you know that Wendy's used to sell pizza? Because they did.
What?
Yeah. First, it was like their super salad bar thing, and it was like, yeah, come for the super salad bar.
Wait,
and then,
Wendy's had a salad bar?
Oh, they had a whole fucking smorgasbord of things, including a big old pizza that you could buy at Wendy's.
They were like, we'll try to be Pizza Hut.
Yeah, we'll try to just be everything. We're just going to be a catch-all. And I was like, holy fucking shit.
Was this like before drive-thrus?
I think this was like when drive-thrus were still a thing, but like people were trying to like get.
But people went into
like
the
fast food
restaurants?
dieting was still like you went and like. Do you remember going into a McDonald's as a kid? There was a shit ton of people in there.
You're right.
Right. So
it was a cool place to go.
Yeah, like, and that's where you go and you hang out and you're just like, get away from me, and like go eat your Happy Meal or whatever and go play on the place.
Play on the place.
Yeah, but I guess the only place that had a place was McDonald's, really. Maybe Burger King, but Wendy's never did.
No.
But they had fucking good food. Anyway, but yeah, so they sell pizza. So I remember that. They also, there was a kids medicine spray that it was called Chloraseptic, which was a little too close to chloroform. So
that's still a thing.
Is it still a thing?
It's a throat spray.
I have never seen that before in my life.
Red. It's bright red.
I think in this one it was green.
Oh, there is a green one.
But I was just like,
it's for sore throats.
I wanted to be like, this is a very ill-fitting name for this. I don't like this.
Oh, it's fine. Oh, it's fine. It just has bleach and red dye, and it clears your throat right up.
I just was like looking at it. I'm like, I can smell
Ew, I
that.
can taste it now.
Yeah, I can. I never had it, but I would imagine it's something not far off from like NyQuil.
But it basically,
yeah,
and it was gross.
And honestly, this is the last part I'll say about the commercials. But like the jingle is like a lost art form. Like every single commercial was a jingle. It wasn't like I feel like now like people like are just they're like little mini movies now, and they just try and like, you know, big name actors are on it and whatever. Yeah. But like like if it's a lost fucking art, like every single one had like a jingle, and I was like, this is just so nostalgic. And I saw
so fuzzy.
saw a Toys R Us commercial, and I was like,
did you see that 7-Up commerciul?
No, and then I saw a Raisinette commercial.
Oh my god! With the clay, claymation raisins.
Yes, and they were doing a jingle, and for the longest time, like back then, I always thought they looked like giant turds, and I'm like, they still do. They look like giant fucking turds. So,
spot on.
Giant purple brownish turds.
Do you remember the California raisins? The movie.
Yeah, I think I watched that, and I actually had the toys.
So good.
And I think
Anyway.
actually that's what the Raisinets was. Is like it was
It
like
was them.
They were like the toys that you could buy like for whatever at whatever fast food place that was at. But like it looked like a fucking turd. Like stupid,
Wrinkly,
veiny turd. I don't know why it's veiny, but it's fine. Anyway,
why does your poop have veins in it, Shay?
I don't want to talk about it.
You might need to drink more Olipop.
I need to go to a doctor. Anyway, so going back to Geraldo, he was most certainly the guy that fathered, quote unquote, the trash TV category. One of the early show topics was titled "Men in Lace Panties and the Women Who Love Them." So that was like one of his first ones. So he kind of fathered that. And
time.
yeah, pretty much, kind of. And in another episode called Young Hate Mongers, he featured white power skin heads, and it ended in a brawl that left him with a broken nose.
Geraldo himself.
Yeah, like you actually watch him. So that's the episode I watched. So you watch him, like, and he's not egging them on, but you can tell he's kind of getting visibly frustrated. Which I'm just like, what did you think was going to happen? And there was like other skinheads in the audience.
You invited them to your show.
Right. So there was other skinheads in the audience, and they were like also, but they were just not with these skinheads. They were like different skinheads, and it was really awful. And then it came to like a climax when Geraldo had like, he had those guys, the like part of the Aryan Brotherhood, and then he had a Jewish, I guess he was like a Jewish historian and also an African American activist on stage, and they were like kind of talking like, why do you feel like, just giving like two very different opinions, and then not obviously, but like one of the skinheads called both of them very
fucked up shit,
which they didn't even bleep out, which I thought, he didn't call him the N-word, but I think he said something like Uncle Tom or something like that. And so yeah, it was and then so everything like, I'm like, and it looked like he like, because then the African American man like got up and like was getting into the guy's face and just like, what did you say there, young man? And like, because he was an older dude, and then he gets like he gets up in his face, and then the other guy stands up and like sits there and like chokes him, and it almost like looks like his eyes are gonna pop out of his fucking. It was insane to watch.
Oh my
god! And then
God.
like everybody like rushes the stage, and like you see like chairs like being thrown, and then Geraldo somehow, are you okay? Yeah. Geraldo somehow like gets in the middle of it, and then like you see like his nose is like completely flat. Like somebody must have, it was disgusting. And the fact that they were just playing this, like this is just TV. This is what's happening. So
it's 3:00 in the afternoon. Here you go.
100%. It was insane. So again, what I noticed about him though is that because of like he had like the people of differing opinions, he was like trying to have like this constructive conversation where later on, which we'll talk about Jerry Springer didn't, right? Like he was not about like, oh, let's bring somebody else out just to talk about the differences.
Perspectives.
Right now, Geraldo seemed like he wanted, because I mean we do see him like he was like a reporter in some senses too, like yeah. So he was like trying to just do some investigative journalism and trying to, but I still think it was a little like he was like kind of prodding and like just trying to like egg people on a little bit, like I don't know, it was just a little fucked up. But anyway, so that was Geraldo. So moving on, I didn't know if you remember. I mean, I don't have any memory of Geraldo. I think he was a little bit before my time. And again, so this is my personal favorite, which was Ricky Lake. So, and Geraldo was on, because this is why, because he was on from 1987 to 1998. So, but I never watched him.
Really?
Yeah, which I thought was a little bit later than I thought. So, yeah, I thought he was like, he was honestly like in the 70s to like the maybe early 90s, but no. But I don't remember watching him. But Ricky Lake was my personal favorite. So she was from 1993 to 2004.
I remember she just always had different like haircuts and styles.
Oh yeah, she was like Oprah. Like she had different, she had different haircuts and styles. Like Oprah would have different weights. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was insane. Which Oprah was actually mildly more impressive, because I was like, how do you do that? Like, how the fuck do you do that? But I'm like, well, back then you weren't worth like $1 million, but that's besides the point. Okay.
Especially as a woman. Okay, what?
Yep, okay, exactly.
Hashtag equality.
Equality, and she fucking...
But meanwhile,
rose the bar.
Geraldo.
Yeah, 100%.
Millions.
Anyway, so again, looking back, like why she was my favorite, I don't really know why, because I was like 13ish. I don't know why I would be like, can't wait to stay home because I'm home from school and I'm sick and I'm gonna watch Ricky Lake. But that's the one I watched.
It made you feel grown up.
I get, and it probably did, because just like, I know what, I can sit with these bad bitches. So, but it aimed toward teenagers, young adults, college students, and urban viewers. So maybe there was a reason why I was kind of gravitated to it, but it was like subconscious. But I don't know. Anyway,
I remember it a little bit, but I don't think I really watched it.
yeah. So she started doing the show at the ripe age of 24. So she clearly had a lot of insight in all these problems that her guests had. So she had a lot of knowledge to share. So it was good.
That's really nice.
Yeah. So she focused on
Hashtag the 90s.
Oh, right. Like, just like put a pretty face, put a broad out there. She'll be great. She focused on such topics like as female bullies, preventing teenage pregnancy, finding love online, a novel, like
that was like brand
subject,
new
right? It was a novel concept at the time.
Yeah.
And honestly, maybe that's why I liked it too, because I could see like my future love life. What? You put on there that you have 6 cats and you lick them clean.
You manifested this, Shay.
I totally did. Damn it.
It's gonna work out.
Yeah. So
and whatever. What?
It's fine. It's fine.
Everything's good.
Everything's good. So it was less sensational and tamer compared to the other programs like that was on like her block or whatever. But she had like my personal favorite topic was like when she did like revealing secrets, and I'd always like get pissed off. It was like, oh, it's just a fucking like makeover show. I like the ones that they were revealing secrets, because she would have those booths that like the person would just be sitting with like their little headphones on, and they would be facing the audience, and they'd be just like,
I don't know anything that's going on.
Just happy to be there. Like, you know, they're like, oh my God, this is so exciting. And meanwhile, they have like their boyfriend or their lover or their husband or their best friend or whatever, like out there, like spilling their guts. Like, yeah, no, I fucked them. I fucked her husband in like their marital bed, or
and they're just like dancing
whatever.
to some music that they're listening.
And they're like, let's bring on Samantha on out. And
like,
let's see
so
what's
happy.
gonna happen. And she's just like, I'm just happy to be here.
But it's like, if you go on that show,
Correct. Like you
really are expecting something good.
I mean, maybe she's hoping like maybe this is a makeover one, and
Maybe
like,
he's gonna pop the question.
like my friend is like came on me because she thought I needed a makeover. I'm gonna get free like makeup and clothes. So,
dude, makeovers were like such a thing.
They were, and I hated them because I was like, this is so boring. Or she would like
I liked makeovers.
I hated them. I wanted to see the
sad.
I like cheese.
Now I realize that's fucked.
Why? Like it was sweet because like
it is.
Like it was. There was some that are really sweet. They were like, oh no, she just doesn't have any time for herself, and she's my best friend, and I just would really think that she's the best mom in the world. So those were like usually the ones that I'm like, oh well, that's nice, but whatever. Like, give me some show that's gonna blow up somebody's life. Yes.
Jerry Springer.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So another aspect of the show was the doorbell. Do you remember that at all? You didn't watch it enough?
No.
Yeah, so that's when you knew some shit was gonna go down. So
when the doorbell rang?
Yeah, so a majority of shows had surprises waiting in store for the guests, which revealed themselves by a doorbell ringing if a guest didn't come clean about themselves. So they'd be like, ding dong, you a liar. So yeah.
What?
Yes. So yeah, and so then the person would come out and be like, yeah, no, you said that you're this, and this, but actually we fucked on Tuesday. So yeah. So it would be something like,
oh my God, like a fucking...
Like a confrontation would happen, and then she'd be like, I didn't do any of these. And then they'd be like, ding dong. And then she'd like, she a fucking hoe. She a fucking hoe. Yeah, so it would be something like that.
She a fucking hoe.
She a fucking hoe. It was good.
Fucking.
You should look some of those up. I think you would like them.
That is so funny.
And it was always like the great audience because they'd be like, oh, like it would be fantastic. Anyway, so entertainment. I love it. It's like about the Gladiator games, but just on camera. It's awful and trashier. Okay, so one of Lake's most memorable and controversial confrontations happened during the first season when she found herself dealing with Reverend Fred Phelps in a show. Reverend. In a show that involved targeting anyone who carries the AIDS virus and why they deserve to die. Phelps and his followers from Westboro Baptist Church in Topeka, Kansas,
Oh, sounds about right.
have been picketing at funerals for AIDS victims across the United States, leading to several states to create laws prohibiting or restricting groups from coming within a certain distance of funerals. Yeah. So when Phelps and his son-in-law tried to take over the set, a furious, insulted Ricky Lake ordered the Phelps family to leave the studio. And after he died on March 19th of 2014, so Ricky Lake tweeted on her Twitter page that when he was on the show, he told her that he worshipped her rectum on camera, which led to Ricky Lake taking action off stage to force him off the show after that remark. Which I'm just like, what?
Oh my, yeah, you're
just her butthole,
okay,
though.
Sir. Sweet.
Cool.
Wait, the Reverend?
That's what he said. Like, she said that's really kind of what happened. Oh, I'm sorry. He said off camera, I think. Sorry, not on camera. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
and that's
a real
like,
winner,
like,
sir.
That's where I draw the line.
You're right in line with the Lord, aren't you?
I worship your butt. Yeah. Like, okay.
Oh my God. And I'm sure you worship some other fucking
I'm
shit
sure you
too,
do.
Sir.
You psycho. Okay, next up, we got the Jenny Jones show.
Oh my God, Jenny Jones!
Yes. Now, Jenny Jones... She was also in this category, and she was from 1991 to 2003. I never watched Jenny Jones, but she did. I remembered who she was.
Yeah, I very remember that name. Was she blonde?
She was blonde. Yeah.
Okay.
And she fucking hated this. Like, she hated that I think she wanted to be more like Oprah, but nobody. They're like, you have to do this. You're a lady. Like, yeah, nobody gives a shit. You're not that captivating. I guess maybe she just didn't. She didn't gain any viewers what she wanted. So she hated that she was kind of having to be
Poor Jenny.
Yeah. So So
Jesus, Jenny on an anthill.
Yeah, and the only reason why she made this cut, because I don't really remember her, is, well, you'll see here. It involves murder, of course. So
there it is. There it comes.
There it is. So when the series began, a traditional talk show format. When the series began, it was like a traditional talk show format reminiscent of Oprah, but the ratings sucked, so they kind of went to like a Maury format, and they even had rhyming titles like "You may shake it for the money, but leave those sexy clothes at the club, honey."
Oh my God!
I fucking love the 90s.
Another
so
jingle.
Much. Another jingle. You gotta love it. But anyway, so. One of the episodes is probably what sadly like put Jenny Jones like as more known than she probably ever would have been, was because she did an episode featuring this man named Scott Abdor on March 6th of 1995. Jenny Jones taped an episode called "Same Sex Secret Crushes," on which Scott and a gay man confessed to an associate. On which Scott, who was a gay man, confessed to an associate, Jonathan, to an associate. His name was Jonathan Schmidt, and or Schmidt. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but that he had a crush on him. Jonathan appeared unconcerned as he laughed about the revelation in front of the audience. And if you ever watch the clip, he's just like, like the most painful, nervous laughter you've ever seen in your life. However, 3 days after the taping, an upset Jonathan killed Scott. Jonathan's history of mental illness and alcohol/drug abuse came to light during his trial, in which he was later convicted of second-degree murder. I think he went to his home and he shot him. It was pretty horrible.
Wow.
Jones and the producers were later sued by Scott's family for neglecting to find out that Jonathan's history of mental illness and substance abuse. And then she also Jenny Jones also testified under oath that the producers told Jonathan that his admirer could be a man, that he honestly thought it was going to just be a girl, but she said they said that it could be a dude. Scott's family actually won the ruling, and the show was ordered to pay $25 million, but that decision was later overturned by a Michigan court, which ruled that the producers were not responsible for what happens to the guests. After their appearance on the show, Jonathan was released on parole on August 21st of 2017. So he's out on the street, Joe. Just fucked up. Yeah.
Because prison definitely helps people.
It's very real.
Every time.
It's totally good. It's very good.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm. Especially America's jail system, where we don't really believe in rehabilitation. We're just like,
you're going to be fucked and then we're going to let you free.
it'll be fine. You'll be good. Okay, next up. So yeah, so she was just
insane.
so she just again did a Maury format, and then she eventually got canceled just because again she just wasn't very popular. It damaged their reputation a little bit, obviously, when this happened, but nothing. They just kind of eked along. So yeah,
remember that one time that dude got murdered?
remember that one time
After my show?
Let's roll the tape.
Let's keep producing shows like this.
It's fine. Okay, so next up is obviously a main contender, the Jerry Springer Show. It ran from 1991 to 2018, which I didn't know it actually went that long, which is disgusting, but whatever.
Ew.
I know.
At least he told people to be good to each other at the end, but then he was
Right,
like,
that was
but
his-
I'm going to just perpetuate the fucked up shit every
Be good to each other,
fucking week.
except for me. I can just poke the bear.
I can just, yeah, exactly.
It's fine. So,
That show literally gave me the heebie-jeebies.
like, it gave you the creeps?
Like,
Really?
it literally gave
Why?
me, like I was just, like, it just grossed me out.
I mean, that's fair.
I mean,
I don't blame
I was
you.
just like, why are people wanting to, like... Mm-hmm. Like, these people are sad people.
Oh, no. But it's just like, I mean, it's just like anything.
But then it makes you feel better about yourself? Like, is that why people like to watch
because
it?
people do. I think they're like, you know what? My life isn't this bad. Look at this. And people love to watch a train. Look at like when you're going down a traffic jam and you're going the opposite direction that the wreck is on, right? Like people fucking love just to see, like, they're just rubberneckers, and that's what I think what a lot of these daytime shows where they're just rubbernecking just to see. Rubbernecking. They just like to fucking see trash. And I mean, sometimes I was guilty of it. Like it is like you can get, but it's just.
I watched fucking Bad Girls Club and shit.
Oh, I loved Bad Girls Club.
Fucking The Real World.
Right. And Jersey Shore. Like, I watched that shit, but, like, it's...
I know.
You need, like, a palate cleanser after, like, a little bit.
You
so,
do. Yeah.
I couldn't imagine, like, taping daytime talk shows, especially, like, this one, it's just trash. It's not, like, anything constructive.
Yeah.
Oprah, I feel like, is one thing, but, like, yeah. Anyway.
Oprah had compelling guests.
She did, and she just had just way more compelling topics. Like, yeah. So Jerry Springer. So the program was actually unsuccessful in ratings in its first seasons due to the focus on more political issues. This led to a complete overhaul of the structure. So it actually was trying to be a lot like Oprah. And then which by the mid 1990s led the show to be like what it's known for now after that overhaul. Filled with controversial topics such as incest and adultery, profanity, physical fights, and obviously, like, just barely clothed guests. But we all know...
Like, there's a fight every episode.
Every episode, 100%. That's why they had to
and
have
I feel
bodyguards.
like they were, like, almost paid to, like, all right, if you're provoked, you'll get a little extra if you take it off.
Right. I always kind of wondered, I was trying to, like, dig on that a little bit, but they said, like, all of their fights were... And I think that was a big...
Probably legit.
There was a big controversy about that, like... They didn't think like their fights were real and all this kind of stuff. And so...
Oh, they're real,
yes,
motherfuckers.
Right. So like they had to be completely authentic, and the producers claimed 100% none of those fights were provoked. I disagree, but whatever. Because I really feel like when you listen to like how Jerry talks to them though too, like he's provoking them. And it's like, it's known for, like, you're going to go, whatever. And I think there was actually 2 incidents. Like
It's all for the ratings.
Right. So they said, like, if the producers found out that I think it's on Maury too, like if the producers found out that you were lying, you would automatically get your travel arrangements like get canceled and you get kicked off the show or you get kicked out of the studio. And I think that only happened like twice.
That's good.
So I don't know, but
you better be legitimately fucked.
Right?
Okay.
Stupid. So again, we all know what Jerry's show's about. I don't really need to break it down. But then of course there was Ringmaster, which is, did you ever watch that?
Ringmaster.
It was the Jerry Springer movie. Did you ever watch that?
No.
Oh, that was trash.
There was a movie?
Oh, there was a movie. It was called Ringmaster.
Was it like a scripted movie?
It was scripted. I couldn't even tell you what it was about because it was just, again, it was trash. It was just trash. And And then they had like this. They had a spin-off show, which was Steve's show. Like, remember Steve, the bodyguard? There's a bodyguard who's specifically named.
Was he a big old white dude?
Yep, bald head, and his name was Steve. And so, like, after like so many years on the show, you would actually hear people like, but people would chant Jerry. People would go like Steve, Steve, Steve. So he actually got his own spin-off show, which is actually still airing to this day. So, and it's like, and he's the same guy. Like, the people will like go backstage, and they'll be like, all huffing and puffing, and he'll be like, "Well, this isn't like the fucking Mike show. This is the Steve show." Like, just egotistical nonsense. But it was just ridiculous.
Where is that playing? In theaters.
In theaters near you. I don't know what channel it is on.
What
but,
do you even say now? Where's that streaming?
Right, where's that streaming? I don't even know if it's like, I don't know what daytime channel it's on, but I bet you it's like on Fox, if anything. But yeah, he's had his own show, I think, for like almost like 8 years now. And he just has his own show.
But he just perpetuates Jerry Springer shit, basically?
Yeah, all it is because Jerry Springer went off air in 2018. But
he's like, I know people want to watch this
But
still.
it's okay. If you want to see some Jerry, though, just tune in. We got Judge Jerry. That's a new show that he's got going on since, I believe, I think it was 2018 as well.
Is he a judge?
He is a judge. It's like Judge Judy. And he is a judge.
The hamster is yours.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much.
That's a Pablo Francisco comedian.
That's
joke.
Hilarious because that's about accurate.
The gumball machine is yours.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah, so he does his own. It's called Judge Jerry, and you can catch him, I think, probably right behind.
Is Judy even a judge?
Probably not. She's like 105 years old.
Is she alive?
I don't even know.
Austin? Tell us.
Look it up.
We don't Google shit on the show.
At all.
We just say, Austin!
Help us. So yeah, so you could watch that. You can watch, if you ever just need a little Jerry fix.
You know, I don't think I do.
No.
Ever.
I'm solid.
Unless it's the ending where his eyes get very soft and genuine. Yeah. And he says, take care of yourselves and take care of each other.
Yeah. So I guess he had some type of like, say? Yeah, take care of yourself and each other.
That's what he is. That's what he is.
No, I guess he actually had some type of like law school education. That's why he's able to be a fictional judge. I don't know. It's really weird. What? Okay. But last but not in the least, we have Maury.
Oh,
our favorite little grandpa.
He was like Jerry Springer mixed with Geraldo. If like Harry,
you know what?
Geraldo and Jerry had a baby.
He was mostly because he sat on that stage and he didn't give any fucks. He was just like, man, just let's roll the tape. Let's get this through.
Son, you're not talking about Montel.
Yeah,
I did watch that.
I know I didn't because
he was not trashy.
That. He wasn't. He was. I'm not talking about trash.
Sexy as fuck.
Yeah, I did. I watched only Montel a couple times.
I definitely watched that one. It was after Soul Train sometimes. On the WGN.
Oh man, you are that was.
I am that bitch.
You are that bitch,
dude. Did you ever watch Soul Train? Fucking learned so many dance moves.
I bet you did.
And then some that I was like, I am never gonna do that.
But you tried, like
my little 13-year-old self, like 10-year-old self. Let's be freaking honest. Anyways,
I'm sure your parents were like, do not dance of the flesh.
No, my mom was okay with me watching Soul Train.
That's just dancing.
Yeah, it was just dancing to music.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Anyways.
No, we're just talking about the crap. We're not talking. Because I remember Montel and it was not being. No. It was not like trashy trash.
No.
No. There was another one too and I couldn't remember it.
Sexy.
He was just very suave.
Yeah, he wasn't Jerry Springer.
No, he was not. And it's always like, it was like these old men that are like, just like.
Perpetuating
100%.
Wholeness.
Ugh, just awful. Okay, so we all know Maury, but not only is he the king of the paternity test for the past 30 seasons.
Is that his? That's his thing.
Well, I think Jenny Jones did it as well. I think Ricky Lake did it a couple times, but it was
probably because Maury did it first.
Right, so Maury was like, he was the one that, I mean, that was like his bread and butter essentially, right?
So it was like, if you were on that show.
Yeah.
It was like, how many times did he do that like people were like, yeah, this is fine.
Right. Like, just like, why don't we, because I wonder if it's just the way that he presented it or what it was, but each kind of show kind of had their
presented
own
in a multitude of ways.
Right. So each kind of show, I feel like, kind of had their own, like, they kind of found their, like, little niche. And that was, like, his niche.
That's true.
Like, Jerry Springer had the white fucking trash where he would just, like, hey, yeah, everyone come up here and just, like, fucking throw fists. It doesn't even matter. Throw hands. Like, it doesn't matter. And Mario was just like, I'm gonna sit in this chair over here, and I'm just going to read out documents about, you know, these Walmart fucking paternity tests that I got going on. So it's fine. But yeah, so he covered.
Do they sell paternity tests at Walmart? No, I'm just kidding.
They sell them at Walgreens.
Wait, a paternity test?
I don't know. It's a joke that Natasha Leggero does, and I kind of actually wondered if it was actually true, because if it is true, I'm really upset about it.
There's no fucking way.
Oh shit, they do sell them at Rite Aid, and they sell them at
a paternity test. How?
It's called Home DNA Paternity Test for $14.99. Look at how happy he is that he found out that's his baby. It looks
Can you
like
tell me what the contents are in there? Like, what is in there? A fucking, like...
Oh, it says same day results. There's a swab.
You are not the father. Does it just say you are not the father?
Yep. It just has little Maury on there. He gets like
oh, this
he gets
is not the same
of,
DNA.
He gets a lot of royalty fees for it.
Do you pee? Like what?
No,
How do you do that?
It's a swab.
A finger prick?
Oh, it's online and TV. So it's a swab, and then you mail it. So you remember like how I mailed the
oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's
fucking
just like
ancestry.
That. Right. And then like you get like it says you can get results and like so right, that makes sense. And it's just a swab in your mouth.
Okay. I thought it was like a pregnancy test or something where it's like
all right,
you just wait 5 minutes and then you'll see if you're the dad.
You can see if your life is like
you like secretly like grab your son. Like,
right.
You fucking pee on this stick.
Right.
I'm gonna pee on this stick. We're gonna see.
It's gonna be great.
It's not like that? Okay, that's comforting.
Right. No, it's not like that.
It's not.
No. Yeah. Thank God it's not like that, because either it's a really abusive dad or if it's a really just like questionable stranger that's making him pee.
Excuse me, little boy.
Come
no.
here. This might be appropriate in 2 minutes, so it's fine.
Don't ever talk to strangers. Ever.
To all the children that are listening to this?
All the adults as well.
Oh, that's true too. Okay, so he also covered things like teenage pregnancy as well, sexual infidelity, uncommon illnesses, which was weird, makeovers. And my personal favorite was out of control teenagers. Oh, that was my favorite. Did you ever watch those?
That was before Dr. Phil's?
Oh, yeah. Did you ever watch that? Yeah, it was before like Catch Me Outside. Every single one of those is like filmed like in a, like it looks like it's like filmed like in a like a stairwell of like their studio, just like, yeah, go look over there, like it's all like mean, like, and like go like around the corner
and read this script
and read
really
this script.
Angry,
but it's pretty much because it's the same thing like over and over again, like I don't even care what you say or like whatever, and it's the same, like it's the same girl. It's just ridiculous. So also she did like they did like episodes about transgender individuals. They did episodes on obese children, domestic violence, little people. I don't know why that's in the list, but whatever. Bullying and like unusual phobias. So they did like just the entire like crazy list minus little people. I'm not sure why that's in the list at all, but whatever. So there wasn't like a super insane show because they were all fucking insane that I couldn't give you like this was like their most insane one that they did. It's all just like pure trash. And like another great example of like the girls that are like the little girls that are out of control was like there was one that was a girl was they're saying she was her 14-year-old sister had sex with a guy for a double cheeseburger, and like that was like on a mild day. So
oh my god,
yeah. And then
I mean,
right,
just kidding.
Right, yeah, I mean
14.
Sometimes when a bitch is hungry. So, and then there also was like, and again, like I didn't watch the Sally show, but that also, you were right. So Sally Jesse Raphael show, and that was from 1983 to 2002. So she was on there for a minute. Mm-hmm. She held her own. So yeah, that was just my little fun little 90s list of daytime talk shows that were just ridiculous and nostalgic, and
I love it.
Stupid.
I literally forgot about all those people.
They were amazing.
Well, thank you for reminding me of the...
You're welcome.
Beautiful array of humanity that we
Yeah, that's exactly what that was.
get to encounter.
Yeah.
And love. And just remember, kids, take care of yourselves.
And each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, should we roll the
We
dice?
should roll that dice.
But first,
Do your thing, girl.
I'm gonna do my thing.
As
Look,
you always
mommy,
do.
make it roll. Oh, speaking of nostalgia, I have been listening to it's my new favorite Spotify radio station, and it is called, what is it fucking called? I need to fucking find it right now. It's called Door Knockers, and it's like classic trailblazing women of hip hop.
Oh, nice.
And it is fucking, if you want to fucking shake your booty and like
On the floor.
clean the house real fucking quick,
Okay.
because that's when I listen to huge playlists, is when I'm cleaning the house, I guess.
That makes sense. I get it.
Is a real good one. And it really brings you back to your nostalgic days of when you're little, fucking listening to like Queen Latifah and shit, you know?
Hell yeah. I'm about it.
Anyways, and you know, whoever. Anyway, delete that if you're gonna edit this. Anyways, hi guys and gals and
Whatever.
scorpions.
Oh, dear.
I hope none of them are listening.
No.
Speaking of scorpions, I saw the most giant snake
Okay.
dead
that's
in
just
my
a scorpion.
lawn.
Dead
Dead in the lawn
do you
today. I think it was because I see hawks, like I've seen hawks carrying them. And they hang out in our trees. This is at the George Osterhout house, by the way. They hang out in the trees up there. He probably just dropped it, but it was this giant fucking snake in our lawn, and it was dead, and there were flies eating it. It was like Lord of the Flies on that shit.
He was super distracted on his way back to his nest. And
He was like-
he got all the way back. He's like, "Damn it!"
And he was like, fuck. Or the little fucking birds were pecking at him while he was trying to hold it, and they were like, God
That's
damn it,
true.
I gotta drop
and then
it.
He got to his nest, and his ladybird was like always like, "Did you bring dinner?" And he's like, I dropped it, babe. Like
She kicked it. She
Yeah.
kicked him out.
She had to
Go get more.
He had to go sit on the lower branch for the night.
Yeah, pretty
Anyway,
much.
go on.
Anyways, speaking of hawks and snakes, thanks for listening to 30ish. We love you. We thank you. If you don't already, definitely follow us on Instagram. We be posting
All the things.
literally
A little
all
bit of
the
everything.
things.
It's like a grab bag of
It
crap.
literally is.
great.
It's not crap.
It's not crap. It's a joke.
It is crepes. I'm just kidding. It's crepes.
It's crepes. It's a grab bag of crepes.
What am I even saying?
It's
Okay,
fine.
Thank you. We love you.
Drunk.
If you feel so inclined and have been listening for a little bit, you feel
Or listening for a
little
minute.
heart tug to leave us a little review and rating.
Yeah.
Feel free. That's how people find us and get out there. Or if you want to share with your friends or tag us in a post or send us your posts, we're still sending out stickers. So I just sent one out today. I sent out
Awesome.
3 today
Good on you.
with our little love letters.
Oh, I like it.
Folded in a very nostalgic way.
Then that's even better if it's like
Rue, I'm talking about you, boo. Anyways,
Cute.
I don't know if he
Cute,
listens,
cute.
but anyways,
Hope so.
he definitely tagged us in a post.
Well,
and
that's
so
even cooler.
That's why I sent him some stickers.
Then dope.
Anyways,
Good for you, Rue. Thank
keep
you.
doing that, and we love you. And
You're
thanks.
Thanks for all the things that you do.
Yeah, I don't know what else I'm supposed to say,
My
but we're now
little-
going to roll the dice so that if you have never listened to the episode, welcome.
Welcome.
So now is the time where we roll the dice.
Rolling up good.
And
Rolling up
it's
nice and
the
good.
deciding factor of what we're going to talk about on the next episode.
All right.
Here she goes. Oh, 5?
That's history?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because 4 is.
Damn it.
5 is wild. Is
Is
5
it
wild?
Is it wild? I think it is wild.
I think it is now.
Yes, it is.
She can do
What am
whatever
I
she
gonna
wants.
do?
Wild card.
What am I gonna do?
I also added like nature to my posts,
That's
my
a nice
hashtags.
one.
I was like
I like
science,
that.
because not yeah. So I was like,
a good one.
nature, culture. What?
It's fine.
What am I fucking?
I don't even know.
Okay,
You're
my
good.
turn. My
All
turn
right.
to roll now, guys. Here we
right,
go.
here
Here
we
we go. Here we go. 1 nostalgia
Nostalgia.
pop culture.
Yeah.
God damn. Here we go.
What'd you think you were gonna get?
I don't know. Something different. I feel like we have in the last like 3 episodes. One of us has rolled pop pop culture nostalgia.
That's true.
The fossil dice that we have must
yeah,
like it.
It's true. But then sometimes you were getting cooking like
7 times in a row.
Yeah.
I guess it just like, it's like, you still need to do more nostalgia.
Yeah. Just to fill your little soul.
Get down, get deeper and down. Get down, get deeper and down. Saturday night.
Oh, yeah. Spice Girls.
30-ish topics.
Exactly.
If only you guys could see my dance moves.
Just your poses.
You would be enthralled. It's 10:10. I think it's a perfect time to end.